My name is Jordan Price, and I have the esteemed privilege of calling Drew my brother. We as a family would like to take a brief moment and thank the city of Chicago, as well as the Chicago Fire Department, for honoring Drew's legacy this past week. The outpouring of love and support from the community has been overwhelming, and I can tell you that it has given each of us in turn the strength to endure during these difficult times. To his members at Firehouse 55, especially those of you on Truck 44 who were on the scene with him the morning of November 13th, words are incapable of expressing the amount of gratitude we have for your courage that day. Please know there is an immense amount of respect that we hold for the bravery you display in stepping into the unknown to the sound of alarms. We need you to understand that Drew took the utmost pride in working with you as colleagues, partners, and friends. The great responsibility of driving Truck 44 was something that Drew cherished deeply. To his close friends in attendance today, I know we all feel a significant debt is owed to Drew for being there in times when we needed him most. Unfortunately, we will never be able to repay that debt in full. We can, however, honor his memory by sharing treasured stories and remembering how he made us feel during those times. For those of you lucky enough to have known him well, understand the significance of what it was like to be in his presence. I encourage everyone to not only grieve the loss of my brother, but to recognize how lucky we are to have had someone in our lives so significant that saying goodbye is all the more difficult. According to Victoria Alexander, when grieving a loss, there are three necessities a person needs. 1, to find the words for the loss. 2, to say the words aloud. And 3, to know the words have been heard. Today, the community is rallied behind Drew's memory, and as his brother, I feel a great sense of responsibility to share some words that help describe who he was as a man. Drew held a unique ability to make everyone near him feel special. He had an unrelenting and unselfish concern for the safety and well-being of others. A natural caretaker at heart, he couldn't help but put his own priorities aside to make sure everyone else's needs were above his own. He possessed a strength of character that radiated from him and that often infected others. He was so full of life, positivity, and a wild sense of adventure that it was hard to imagine anything or anyone bringing him down. Countless times, we found ourselves chaperones of someone Drew had just met because his immense kindness and genuine curiosity made people gravitate towards him. It was infuriating. He gave a piece of himself to each and every person he encountered, and I can honestly say that I've never met anyone quite like him. There are very few among us that possess Drew's inherent and effortless altruism. These traits define who he was to his very core, and without him in our lives, there's a void that can never be filled. Drew lived a life worth emulating, and as his lasting legacy, I hope he inspired you to live a life of gratitude. I ask that you please continue to honor our first responders by showing your support, and make sure to say a mahalo for Drew. Thank you.